The moment Alexander Ross walked into Harbour Hearth, the quiet murmur of late-night diners shifted, not because they recognized him as the billionaire CEO of Castrotech traveled with no entourage, no flashy watch, no tailored suit the night of, but because he carried the unmistakable energy of someone whose mind was still racing miles ahead of his body. He slipped into a corner booth, loosened his tie, and exhaled the kind of breath people release when something inside them has been stretched too thin. A waitress approached, shoulders square, eyes warm. "Long day?" she asked. He looked up. She was younger, 20-something maybe, with tired but kind eyes, her dark curls pulled into a tight ponytail. Her name tag read Maya. "Long year," Alex said. "Steak, medium rare, whatever your strongest coffee is, please." Coming right up. She moved off, and for the first time in days, Alex let himself feel the weight in his chest. Shareholders wanted more cuts. His board wanted faster growth. His father's declining health was a constant ache in the back of his mind, and behind it all, like a low hum, an old fear he never spoke aloud, that he was disappointing everyone who counted on him. Maya returned once to refill his water, then again to set down the steaming steak with practiced grace. "If you need anything," he managed a grateful half-smile. "Thank you." But as she turned away, something slipped from her apron pocket and fluttered to the floor. A small folded note. "Hey, wait," Alex called, picking it up. She froze, cheeks warming. "That a broken bar wasn't meant for a well, it's nothing." "I'm sorry." He handed it back, but she shook her head, mortified. "No. It's fine. Just a broken bar, go ahead." He unfolded it, and froze. It wasn't a customer note, it wasn't restaurant scribble, it was a letter unfinished, raw. "I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. Mom's treatments are late again, rent is overdue, and I can't help anyone at work because I can't afford to lose these shifts. I just wish someone would notice how hard I'm trying." His breath caught. Maya quickly reached for the note. "I shouldn't have written that on my break. I just needed to get the panic out. Please forget it." He didn't hand it back. "You wrote this tonight." "Yeah, but it wasn't for anyone. I just a broken bar, needed to breathe." Something in her voice, thin, quiet, strained a cut through the fog around him. This young woman who had just served him with such kindness was standing on the edge of something heavier, more urgent. Alex cleared his throat. "Sit for a moment." She blinked. "I can't. My manager. I'll talk to him." To her surprise, the manager nodded without hesitation. 2 minutes. "Maya." She slid into the booth across from him, nervous hands folded. "You said your mom's in treatment. Can I ask a broken bar what's going on?" Maya hesitated, then the truth spilled out, the kind that grows too big to hold. Her mother's cancer had returned. Insurance delays had snowballed into unpaid bills. She was working double shifts, taking online classes, trying to keep their tiny apartment. She had no time to process fear, so she wrote pieces of it down when she could. "I know everyone's struggling," she finished, eyes shining. "I'm not asking for anything, just trying to make it one day at a time." Most people, Alex thought, had no idea what one day at a time meant. He felt something shift inside his chest, a quiet click, like a lock turning. "Can I tell you something?" he asked. Maya nodded. "I haven't slept more than 4 hours in months. My dad's sick too, and every day I feel like if I drop one more thing, everything will fall apart. I walk into rooms full of people who expect me to be perfect, and sometimes it feels like I'm shouting underwater and nobody hears me." Maya's eyes softened. "I hear you." For a moment, two strangers sat anchored by the same truth. Pain doesn't care about bank accounts, or job titles, or last names. It finds everyone eventually. As her break ended, Maya stood. "Thank you for listening." He stopped her gently. "Maya, a broken bar, let me help." "You already did." But he wasn't done. While she went back to serving tables, Alex pulled out his phone and typed the message to his assistant in not the curt, businesslike instructions he normally sent, but something human, immediate. "Find the best oncology support program in the state. Find a patient advocate who can contact insurance tonight. And set up a private medical assistance grant quietly for Maya Thompson's family." By the time the bill arrived, everything was already in motion. When Maya came to collect his receipt, she paused. The tip line made her eyes widen. Then blur. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't performative, it was intentional enough to catch her when she was falling, not enough to embarrass her. She looked up. "Why would you do this for me?" "Because," Alex said quietly, "you reminded me what it feels like to be seen." And sometimes that's all a person needs to stand up again. For the first time that day, her smile wasn't tired up, it was full, bright, alive. "Thank you," she whispered. "Really?" As Alex stepped out into the cool night air, something in him felt lighter, not because he had done something extraordinary, but because he had finally stopped long enough to recognize another person's struggling broken bar in his own. Across the street, he glimpsed Maya hugging the note to her chest before slipping it into her apron pocket, not to hide it, but to keep it. And in that quiet, ordinary moment, both of them walked back into their lives carrying just a little more hope than they'd had before.